Lost Island. A dangerous, beautiful, luscious place filled with tropical jungles, fetid swamps, mystical ruins, and lavery peaks of death. This map has it all if you like danger. So I decided to try and survive this map for 100 days in a hardcore mode. Now my goal here was to defeat the Gamma Dinopithecus King. As well as that, I had the added challenge of only being able to use Dinopithecus to fight the Gamma King. And so I set about on my journey to try and survive this dangerous landscape and tame up the additional creatures that called Lost Island home, which included the most adorable primitive backpack that you've ever seen, the scariest ape that would cause you to poo on sight, and a very horny sauropod that wanted to horn you all the way up. So let's jump into it, but first a message from me. Now guys, this video doesn't have a sponsor, so I'm just going to chuck in my merch store. Definitely check it out, it's well worth looking at. Some of my favorite designs are the two on the far right. They're really cool. If you feel like picking up some merch and supporting the channel a little bit extra, this is definitely the best way to go about doing it. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. A lot of you haven't subscribed to the channel, it really helps out the channel. But no more lollygagging around, let's jump into it. And so it began like any other Ark day. Waking up on the beach, freshly spawned, scratching our arm, because you know, there's an alien embodiment in our arm, and goddamn, was the sun bright. So the first thing that we had to do was obviously turn down the bloom quality, because that shit is a killer. Whew! Alright, now that we are up and running on the beach, we are good to go. Looking around, this was the first time that we had played on Lost Island, so we had no idea where anything was. But we went ahead, started gathering our basic resources, the wood, thatch, berries, fiber, all that good stuff that we needed to go ahead and make our first tools. Now, obviously, we had to make our first tools. The pickaxe was the first item among them that we made, alongside the hatchet. Once we had those, we made some spears and we decided to start hunting some dodos for some precious hide. We wanted to get some levels, we needed to get the bowlers going so that we could get everything up and running. And obviously, on a hardcore run, we're going to need some solid hide armor to begin with. Gatchaclaws was getting attacked by a Dillo, so we decided to help him out by yeeting a spear straight at the Dillo and saving him. Then we decided to go on a killing spree. Not that we had much of a choice because we got bombarded by a bunch of compies and an army of Dillos. So once we successfully dealt with all of those with absolutely no stamina, we went out and found a raptor. Now luckily we had some bowlers made up and it was a low level raptor and we had a club handy dandy ready to go and try and knock this guy out. Decided to hit him in the butt because what's more effective at knocking out a raptor than smacking it in the butt than the head? Thankfully we did knock it out, chucked some meat into it before we got bombarded by Meganeros and successfully tamed up our first raptor. It was a very bad level, but hey, you can't be complaining. Then we almost lost everything. There's another raptor? Okay. Okay, you can attack now. Get in there. That one was kicking our ass. I don't know what level it is, but that was destroying us. I hope I don't hit my raptor. Alright. He's going to finish that one off. I can't really risk trying to tame these guys up because they are way too high level. Holy smokes, we almost died. Thankfully, we didn't though, but it was a bloody close call. We then decided to call our first raptor Craptor. Now, we then head out and tried to find some Cinemacrops and we got absolutely bombarded with so many leeches. I've never seen so many leeches before in my life. Had to burn them off, obviously, because they were sapping my health. I was worried I was going to die, though, because I had 6 leeches on me, and my health was already super low due to our encounter with that raptor. Thankfully, I did burn all the leeches off and lived to fight another day. Now, we then went and found our first Cinemacrops. We found a low level 5 one out here, and we went ahead and started taming that up. Thankfully, we did successfully tame it up, even though these little bastards were super annoying. We had our eyes set on another one as well, as it was a low level and we could tame it up easily. And we successfully tamed up the level 25 Cinemacrops as well. We were cheering, we were on top of the world. We got 2 Cinemacropses, we were good to go. Day 2 began and we found some metal nodes. We wanted to get into some metal tier stuff, but not before we had to fight an Arthropleura and make a very heavy sacrifice. It was a sad day indeed. We lost our first Cinemacrops. The level 5 did perish to the Arthropleura attack. there really wasn't much we could have done. So instead I decided to name our other Macrops and get emotionally attached by calling it Wings, which is great for when we lose it later on in the thingy. Definitely not foreshadowing. I then went ahead and got a bunch of resources so that I could start building some foundations, refining forges, and eventually a smithy to get into our metal tools. Once all of that was down, we made our first metal pickaxe, and I went ahead and went out looking for some Dinopithecus. But thankfully I did find this lone iguanodon, and we decided to go ahead and knock it out. Stuck up on the cliffside, thanks to our Macrops, we could easily get up there and knock it out successfully, chuck the berries in it, and we were good to go. Once the iguanodon was knocked out, I then continued my search for some Dinopithecus, and luckily I did manage to find some. So I decided to start kiting them back to the trap. I had no idea what level they were because I didn't have a spyglass at this point, but I didn't really care. As long as we had a couple of them so that we could kill them and tame the alpha, we were a happy chappy. Kited them up to the trap, and thankfully I did build a pretty sturdy trap this time around and managed to kite them successfully into the trap without really too many issues. I then found a high level 156 Tech Raptor, bolted it, and decided to try and knock it out. Because you know what, we were already doing some taming, why not try and tame up a Tech Raptor? We can, worst case scenario, use it for electronics later down the line. So thankfully a few lucky headshots later and the Raptor was successfully knocked out. But then I got assaulted by a literal army of Meganuras. Why, I have no idea, but they had a death wish against me. So I had to kill all of them, but once again, the cold, the little bastards being so annoying to hit and just dealing so much damage in a swarm, took us very low in HP. We were very close to death, but that didn't stop us from running back to the Dinopithecus trap, finding another monkey and kiting it into the trap so that I could try and kill the little minions and hopefully tame up the alpha for our first Dinopithecus, because boy oh boy, that would be the dream. So I made a bunch of stone arrows, made my way back to the trap, and you can imagine what happened next. I went ahead and started pumping these monkeys full of stone arrows. Careful not to hit the alpha so that I wouldn't get aggro from him and I could kill his little minions. Managed to kill the first adolescent Dinopithecus, and then went ahead and killed the second Dinopithecus. With the two betas dead, we could start taming up the alpha. Squirted some raw prime meat straight into its butthole as it loves it. Look at all that shit around it too. Tasty. And we managed to successfully tame up our first Dinopithecus with it coming out at level 82. Didn't really care about the level, we were just super pumped to get a Dinopithecus on day 2 of Ark. It was a very happy day for us, and we decided to go ahead and tame up another one so that we could have our pack and get the alpha buff for our monkeys. So thankfully we did manage to tame it up successfully, and we then went ahead and went out to our potential new base spot. Now, I had found this castle earlier while exploring Lost Island and thought, you know what, this would be a perfect place to set up and call home for this series. So I went ahead, built up a Dinopithecus trap in this area as well because there are a crap ton of Dinopithecuses that spawn around here, and we went ahead and started bringing them into the trap, as you would do, because obviously we wanted more of them. So we decided to start kiting them into the trap more, and we got our first alpha. Now this one was a 145, and that was our first high level Dinopithecus. So I was pretty stoked at this stage to get such a high level. I then kited its betas in and went ahead starting to kill the betas so that I could tame up the alpha. Managed to kill the betas, and it let us begin on starting to tame the alpha. Although we first had to become a child killer and kill this baby Dinopithecus.
Damn!
With that done, we could then finally begin our taming of the 145 alpha. Now I gotta say, these guys are super easy to tame up once you get the betas killed, and just like that we managed to tame our first 145 Dinopithecus, with it coming out at level 216. We were on top of the world at this stage. A new day began, and I started out by taming up this level 15 Doedicurus. We needed a stone gatherer for the building of the base, and this guy was a low level and he was around the area. So I went ahead and started knocking him out, and oh my god, for such a low level, this bastard took a lot of damn trank arrows. I'm not even joking, like, he just kept eating them up. But after a little running around and doing circles and loop-de-loops, we did manage to finally, and I mean finally, knock out those Doedicurus. Not before he almost ran off the edge of the cliff though. After knocking out the Doedicurus, I then went ahead and started trying to get some more Dinopithecus's. This is a recurring theme across this video because, like I said, I wanted to use Dinopithecus's to take down the boss and pretty much as our primary dino for getting around the map. I didn't want to use any flyers, even though the Cinemacrops is technically a flyer, so I've kind of already failed that challenge. I didn't really want to use any flyers like Argies or anything like that to do stuff around the map, just to make it a little bit more interesting for myself as well. So I went ahead and started killing off all the betas while the alpha was trapped, and this is when we discovered the stunning for the Dinopithecus's. Getting stunned by the littlest of nudges from enemy dinos causes you to get stun locked, and you can't attack unless you jump or use your secondary attack, and it's really annoying. Which sucks because the secondary attack does less damage than the primary attack, but you can see here, because they're in the trap, we're able to use the primary attack, which is obviously dealing a lot more damage. So we kill the first betas, and then we find the alpha and tame the alpha up. This female over here was stuck, and we decided to tame her up instead because we did have a bunch of male Dinopithecus's. Chucked some refining forges down and went ahead and started getting things set up so that we could smelt metal and get metal stuff for our base. Once we had done that, we then went ahead and started naming our monkeys. We had Cheeks, Mandrill, and Shitstain to top it off. If you couldn't tell, you know, the color of the butt, it's pretty out there. It's pretty out there. Once they were named, we went ahead and decided to do a crystal run and another metal run with our Dinopithecus's so that we could get some metal going, get a spyglass going, and get some of these soul traps up and running. Managed to get quite a bit of metal, and then we went back to base and started mapping out the foundations for it. We decided to use thatch as it's easier to build with thatch, cheaper resources, and you can just replace it with higher tier foundations later down the line. My goal here was to build a flat layered foundation base and still have access to all the ramparts and everything. I chucked the smithy down, we learned the engram for all the flax so that we could make ourselves some armor and make helmets for our monkeys, practically making them very, very tanky. They become very tanky with their helmets. Managed to get helmets on all of the monkeys, including our new monkey, Big Kahuna, and gotta say, they were looking pretty damn dapper at this point. Once the helmets were on, we went out and decided to start taming up some new Cinemacropses. Managed to tame this Cinemacrops here, and we did try to tame this level 55 because it was a bright red and it looked bloody dope. Unfortunately, however, the red one did manage to get away from us, but we did find a knocked out Stego in our travels, which was pretty interesting. So we decided to get some berries and chuck them in the Stego's inventory so that we could have a herbivore that would be capable of gathering berries for us. And then we decided to get leeched because, you know, we totally had a choice of that. And we found a 145 Cinemacrops. So we decided to feed that a piece of chitin while we had some blood-sucking leeches on us because I didn't want to scare it off. And then we went ahead and burnt them off. You know the drill at this point. These damn bastards are everywhere on Lost Island. The 145 Cinemacrops was slowly getting tamed up, and this level 55 one did return to us. We did successfully tame up the 145 Cinemacrops though, and it was great. We were pretty much set for Cinemacropses now, with breeding pairs between Wings and the 145. We were very happy because we could just breed them. The Stego successfully tamed up as well. Once we got back to base, we then went ahead and bred the two Cinemacropses up, because obviously you're going to want babies and eggs just in case something bad happens to them. This is a hardcore playthrough, so if we do die, we probably will lose the Cinemacropses with us. I then went ahead and got to work on building the upper segments of the base. This upper area here I was going to use as sort of like a bedroom area where we could decorate it and stick some stuff down just to make it look a little bit nicer and roleplay a little bit. Once we had the thatch foundations down, we were using the similar strategy that we were going to use down below. Pretty much cover the entire area with the foundations, leaving the staircase open so that we could still go down and in between the ramparts. We chucked the staircase down so that it would look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, and I was really happy with how the foundations were looking. They did stick through the floor a little bit, but we weren't really planning on using those floors so much. A new day began, and we started off by hatching our baby Cinemacrops, and this thing is the cutest darn little thing I have ever seen in my entire life. It is just too wholesome and too cute, and we have to protect it at all freaking costs. Look at this little dude. Look at how cute and adorable he is. He's just too much to handle. I could not handle his little tiny face and his little tiny eyes and just, oh, he's just so cute. So we successfully managed to breed our Cinemacropses, and we were just admiring this little baby for so long. But I went ahead and kept working on the base, building some staircases up to the bedroom section of our little castle area place design thing that we were going for. These staircases were essentially going to function in a way that would allow us to get up there easily. Now, we also kept breeding our Cjthecheesedjs because at this stage I was just trying to get some good stats and get some imprinted ones. But as well as that, you can see here that we did put different hats on them. So now they had top hats and explorer hats, so that was pretty good. And we successfully managed to breed them and get them raised up because we were going to use some as guards. Now, I then went ahead and started trying to tame some Diplos. Like I said, I didn't want to use any flyers, so Diplos were going to be our main way of gathering metal. Because there was a metal cave just across from our base underneath a waterfall, which you saw us go into earlier in the video. And I figured Diplos were going to be our easiest way to transport all this metal back to our base. Yes, they're big and annoying to get through, but they have heaps of weight and be able to just barge us along through everything, and they don't get aggroed on by many things either. So I figured, why the hell not? So tamed up about 4 Diplos, and we went on our first metal run, mining up all the metal, and we also mined up some crystal as well, because I was like, we're probably going to need that later down the line as well. Loaded up all our Diplo boys, and honestly I was kind of disappointed that they didn't have more weight. Granted, they were only relatively low level, but I got the metal back to base and figured, you know what, it's time I get an Anki for these metal runs. So I found this sick looking Anki out in the desert, and we went to work on knocking it out. Luckily, I did have an Ascendant bow that I found in a drop, and this was actually dealing more damage than our crossbow, so it made knocking things out super easy. Also tamed a Jerboa while we were out here. Once we tamed up the Jerboa, we found a dung beetle to tame up because I was going to get a greenhouse eventually and tame the dung beetle up super easily. And I figured, why not? We're out here, let's get some organic polymer from a bunch of mantises as well, because we're going to need it to build a lot of the structures that we need for our base, such as the refrigerators, air cons, and all that good stuff back at the base. So got a crap ton of organic polymer, and then I found a 145 Thorny Dragon. Now, I was going to use this guy for our wood gathering, because if you didn't know, Thorny Dragons have the capacity to gather really good amounts of wood, and they also reduce the weight of wood in their inventory, and their saddle acts as a smithy. So, knocked out the Thorny Dragon and went ahead, killed some more mantises while we waited for the Thorny Dragon to tame up. Found a Parasa for some prime meat to eat and feed to our Thorny Dragon. Killed that guy and tamed up the Thorny Dragon. But then I got jumped on. I can't see, it's dark. Let me on a monkey. It did lose some taming effectiveness, but I don't think it lost too many levels. Once the Thorny Dragon was safe, I then went back and collected our Anki and headed back to base. New day, a new Cjthecheesedj tame. We found this 140 male Cjthecheesedj and got him tamed up, and we called him Red Rocket. At this stage, we were just trying to find monkeys so that we could breed them for stats, because we didn't really have one with the greatest health and melee damage. So I figured, let's start trying to find some monkeys with stats. Then I worked on the base. After getting all the foundations down, we needed so many foundations for this. Oh my god, it was ridiculous. I then went ahead and decided to start putting up some railings around the base, just in case. I wanted to make sure that we didn't fall off or anything like that. And I also wanted to just kind of make it a little bit prettier, a little bit nicer to look at, because, you know, this once again is PvE, so you got to have nice stuff. We then threw out our Diplos because I wanted to get these guys breeding, and we had a lot of Diplos. They went down at the bottom of the base. They went out pretty decently. The only thing was obviously that their heads stuck through the castle walls, but, you know, that's fine. They don't need to look at what's going on. Next up, we then decided to throw out all our guard monkeys. So essentially these guys were going to wander around this area, because I was noticing that there were a lot of wild Cjthecheesedjs running around. So they were out patrolling the area. I then got the Soul Terminal down and just whacked a bunch of our breeding things in, because I needed to figure out how to actually get this breeding thing working. New day, more Cjthecheesedj taming. So today, guys, I decided to set up Captain Fat Dog's Cjthecheesedj trap. If you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. It is one of the best Cjthecheesedj traps you can use. Essentially, all you need to do is kite the Cjthecheesedj into it like that, and it'll pretty much run up and go straight into the trap, which is great. They get stuck, they're floating there. So you can see here, we found an alpha here. I believe it was a 150 female, which I really needed because obviously it would have helped us greatly with breeding and everything like that. And once again, we were still out looking for something with decent stats. But you can see the trap in working progress here, and it goes straight in. Not an issue whatsoever. However, we also managed to capture a stray Carno at the same time. Now, because there weren't any other monkeys really in the area, I decided to leave the female 150 because we only had this juvenile and it wasn't enough to actually kill and then tame. So I decided to head out and look for some Magmasaur eggs. Now, I hadn't really explored the caves all that much, so I kind of was a little lost in trying to find them when I found this mound, and I wasn't entirely sure what it was. It's not a Pelovia. What the hell is it?
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
It is a Pelovia. Alright, thank God it's only level 15. Because otherwise I'd be dead. So after my close encounter with the Pelovia, I then found a cave, thinking it was the Magmasaur cave. However, this cave was not the Magmasaur cave whatsoever. It was an artifact cave that housed one of the very many artifacts located on Lost Island. It is full of lava, full of bats, full of Arthropleuras, all the dangerous stuff that you generally want to avoid on a hardcore playthrough. That didn't stop me, however, from getting some supply drops. However, they weren't the greatest of supply drops. We did get an Ascendant hatchet, but we did eventually find the Magmasaur cave, and we went ahead, sent our monkeys in to try and deal with the Magmasaurs so that we could look for eggs without having to deal with them. And we actually did a very solid amount of damage to them. However, an issue arose that honestly we could not have seen coming. My monkey was stuck in place. I'm hoping that there's some eggs. Oh, I see one right in front of us. Why can I not move? Are they bugged? This happened last time we tried to use the battle cry. So after leaving behind our stuck monkey, we went ahead and grabbed our first Magmasaur. It was a level 45. I was pretty stoked about that. A level 45 Magmasaur is better than no Magmasaur. Our monkey, however, was still stuck, so I just cried it and moved on. The next day, I went ahead on fixing up the bedroom section of the base. It was bugging me that it was all just thatch and gross to look at, so I went ahead and replaced it all with wooden foundations, and this actually blended really well with the floor that we had going on underneath thanks to the castle ramparts. So once all the wooden foundations were placed, we got to work on setting up the rest of the structures for the base, such as the fabricator, the smithies, and everything else that we needed. Refrigerators, air cons, we got it all up and running, ready to go. After taking care of the downstairs crafting area, I then got back upstairs to work on the bedroom by crafting this very wonderful, bountiful bed that I will never use by Eco, as well as dropping some bookcases, part of the RPD core mod. We also dropped a bathtub because we felt like soaking a little bit, and I thought there were two of me in there. Oh my god. It's kind of weird that there's two of me. Oh no, it's the... I thought my Cinemacrops was another person. Because I thought it was me because of the helmet. Oh shit, that's funny. After coming to terms with my doppelganger, I then went ahead and kept decorating the rest of the upstairs area. Had this funky ass chest that we could change. And boy oh boy, I gotta tell you, Eco does some amazing mods. So you definitely need to check out Eco's mods if you play on PC and you've got access to it, because they're great. You can see here, I went ahead and placed a desk. I was just trying to fancy up this upstairs area so it didn't look so boring, and that, you know, we had something nice and cool to call our own. Chucked this little egg basket on the desk, and I was pretty happy with how the upstairs section was looking. You know, like if this was in the middle of nowhere and I had this as my bedroom, I'd be pretty stoked. We had this cool item as well called a sink. And essentially you place this little bucket down and it acts as a portable water source. So you can literally stick that anywhere. And then on top of this sink, you have a running water source. So it's really good for like filling up your water jugs and stuff like that. We also then decided to throw out our two Jerboas that we had tamed up in the desert, Jingle and Jangle, because if we're not going to use the bed, the little Jerboas might as well get some use out of it. But I wanted to turn them around so that I could see their faces. If I could get them to turn around, that would be good. If I throw you, do you turn around? Oh shit, I'm sorry, come back! Oh my god, he just flew off the cliff. Jingle, I'm so sorry. Get back in there. Oh, Jesus. Alright, after copping a mouthful from our Jerboa that we yeeted off the cliff, we then went ahead and finished making the kitchen. Now, Eco's mod as well has a diarrhea. Oh yeah, that sounds much worse than it is. So essentially you can put whatever you want into this structure and it'll make dyes for you. As well as that, there was a cooking pot which actually enables you to make kibble, without the need of an industrial cooker. It's a super simple, easy way to go about making everything, and you should definitely check it out. New day began, and I started it by taming up this green dung beetle. I also needed to find a bunch of cementing paste, so I went out and looked for the beaver dams. However, I found the beaver dams, just no beavers. And because I'm not a monster, I also emptied all of the wood out of the beaver dams. I know, you can thank me later. I then had a mission to find some tech creatures for electronics. However, I was running through a cave and, yeah, as Rexes. So I don't know if anything will aggro. Oh! I don't want to fight them. I don't want to fight them. Freaking run! Run! Oh my god. They look like boulders. They're freaking megalos. They would have killed us. After my close encounter with some megalos, I then found a tech raptor that I was looking for. Like I said, I wanted to breed these guys so that I could get a bunch of electronics going for myself because we didn't really have a reliable source of silica pearls. Managed to knock out the raptor with obviously no difficulties whatsoever, and then I found a tech parasaur. Knocked that out with one arrow, and I was like, you know what, if we don't get a pair of raptors, we could try and find a pair of parasaurs. However, that was very short-lived because someone else had something to say about it. You bastard. Well, it looks like it's not going to be a parasaur. However, the parasaur didn't matter because later on I found a female tech raptor out in the desert and I got to work knocking her out. Once again, she was relatively easy to knock out because she was actually a super low-level raptor. So I managed to get her knocked out and I was pretty much just going to feed her some raw meat. And she tamed up successfully, so we now had our breeding pair of tech raptors that we were going to use in order to breed and harvest for electronics. Got them back to base and got them breeding up ASAP. Their eggs were being incubated without us having to grab any extra air cons or anything like that, which was great. Plus, I hadn't exactly set up the soul terminal to work correctly. Got a baby tech raptor up and running though. Made sure there was food for it so that it wouldn't starve to death, because that is honestly a recurring thing whenever I try to raise babies. They just always starve to death for me. And then I went ahead and made a chainsaw. I needed this bad boy to harvest up the tech raptors, as these guys gather so many more materials than when you use a pickaxe or a hatchet. And that goes for the trees as well as hide and meat. Chainsaws are your best friends in Ark, and they are even better than using dinos to harvest things. So I'd heavily recommend making sure that you get a chainsaw whenever you are playing on a map, because they're absolutely incredible. Once the baby was raised up though, I had to kill it. I slightly regret my decision, but I really needed those electronics. We harvested it up and oh boy, was this gonna work. The next day, I was just exploring the map of Lost Island because I still wasn't sure where everything was, and I was looking for an artifact cave. We needed to start getting the artifacts for when we were eventually going to fight the Dinopithecus King, and I managed to find one. However, due to the Dinopithecus's unique aggro terms, nothing was aggroing on us, because if you weren't aware, Dinopithecus have the aggro, I guess, range of a T-Rex. So if nothing aggroes on a T-Rex, nothing will aggro on the Dinopithecus. However, I'm a sucker for a fight, so I decided to get into this fight and go ahead and murder everything I could see. This also gave me the opportunity to check out the battle roar for the monkeys, as well as how strong my monkeys actually were as well. I then found a cave drop while we were spelunking, and boy oh boy, it was okay. We found an 81 Mastercraft Sarco saddle, found another drop with a Paresa saddle and some Mastercraft fur leggings. Nothing crazy good that we were going to use. But then we found the aberrant area, and I also found another female tech raptor. Now I had to be careful here, as once again, nothing would aggro on me as long as I didn't get off my monkey. However, I successfully managed to knock out the tech raptor without any issues. But oh boy, let me tell you, the issues definitely arose later on. I kept exploring the aberration part of the cave and found another red drop, and boy oh boy was I excited for this one. Yep, that's right, a billboard and a freaking catwalk.
Nice.
Wonderful, you love to see it. I did eventually find the artifact of the brood up here on a ledge. I jumped off and this caused pretty much everything to aggro on me, unfortunately. However, we were in a safe spot, but I didn't want to risk dying, so I decided to jump down there and deal with everything before coming back up and claiming the artifact. Let's go. Let's get to work, because I'm pretty sure the Arthropluras also destroy our helmets. Like, look at him getting just stun locked. He's not even dealing damage. He might actually die, to be honest. I'm coming, Red Rocket! He's just getting slammer-jammed. Whew. Alright, that was good. I don't know if that's an Onyx back there or what, but yeah, look how much damage he took. He's freaking almost dead. Alright, let's get our prize. Well, I mean, we got another Tech Raptor as well that we can try and tame up. Oh, actually, I should have held on to some of that prime meat. Can we... Bro, just chill out and just land on the platform. There you go. Attaboy. Oh, that was close. Alright, Artifact of the Brute. Got it. Beautiful. Oh, strong. Never mind. Wrong artifact. I then made my way back through the rest of the cave, trying to return to my Tech Raptor that we had knocked out. And just to help out. Died. Freaking bugs. Yeah. That's what I was worried about. Alright. Let's grab our prize here. Hopefully it's something freaking good. Oh, shit again. Some cave drops. How annoying. I managed to return to where our Tech Raptor was knocked out. However, I had a little bit of a problem. I had to get off our Dinopithecus to put food in the Raptor's inventory. And I accidentally aggroed on these Ravagers. So I was going to have to fight my way through this one in order to get our Tech Raptor and survive. But it was not a fun time. If I can hit this one. Alright, there we go. Okay, we're good. I might... I'm not really too worried about the Tech Raptor taking damage. If it does, it does. If not, that's great. Pretty sure I just hit it there. Good job, Big Kahuna. You good over here? Alright. Well, I mean, that's pretty much a Tech Raptor guaranteed tamed up. There's a lot of high-level Carnos in here. This might be a good spot to come back and try and tame some. This is definitely going to end bad. Come on, monkey. No! No! They're aberrant raptors! Oh, shit! I didn't even think about that! Oh my god, I didn't even think about them being aberrant raptors. I didn't even realize they could have grabbed us off. Oh my god, I'm so... Oh my... What do I have that kept me alive? My armor, look at that. Oh, that was terrifying. I am glad we didn't fight them first, because those Carnos would have messed us up. We would have been dead. Oh my god, was that close. That was terrifying. My heart... The heart palpitations are real right now. I was like, what's going on? Oh, the heart palpitations are real. Alright. We are getting out of here. I forgot. I didn't even think about it. So after that terrible encounter, we then spent the rest of the day taming up some Sarcos. We got that Mastercraft saddle from one of the drops with 81 armor. So I figured, why not? Let's head out here. Let's see if we can find some high-level Sarcos. We might as well try and get our hands on them. And I pretty much spent the rest of the time of this day taming up a breeding pair of Sarcos. There was a 145 over here in the distance. We went ahead and started working on getting that one knocked out, but because we could use weapons on the back of our Dinopithecus, we were able to just go ahead and trank them on the back of our monkey in relative safety. I really wanted to get a breeding pair because obviously then I can imprint it, and I figured I'd need to go into the ocean at some point to get some artifacts, and what better mount to use underwater than a Sarco with an 81 Mastercraft saddle. That's definitely going to do the job for you. There she is. Beautiful. Alright, let's go get her. And then I think that's our army of Sarcos done and dusted. I do like these Dinopithecises though. They are very powerful. I can kind of see why they got the stun lock going, because like they've got the aggro thingy of a... Oh my god, this one looks sick. They've got the aggro thingy of a Rex and like nothing attacks them. So I can see why when you do decide to attack something you get stun locked. It's just annoying, that's all. She's chunking us though. I'm worried about killing her. That should be enough for her to go to sleep. Beautiful. Alright, I really need to figure out a way to get rid of all these stupid Cinemacropses on here. Alright guys, first Sarco is all tamed up. 150 Sarco is tamed. You got an extra 108 levels, so I think we lost about... Beautiful. Bro, you don't want to fight me. Just... I can't grab you. Okay. Yeah, it can still grab us. Out of the water, out of the water. I mean, I don't think it'll kill us with our armor, but just to be on the safe side of things. Alright, we're good. So after the little adventure in the swamp, I went back to base and figured, you know what, let's do some breeding. So I placed down some air cons. I really wanted to hatch these magmasaur eggs that we got a lot earlier, because magmasaurs, you know, they're awesome. Plus the Sarco eggs and the raptor eggs just need a little bit of extra love and stuff like that, just to get, you know, everything up and running properly. I could not for the life of me get this stupid aircon to stack on top of it. It was driving me crazy. It just always wanted to sit right in front. It just would not sit in between them on the second level. Watch this, ready? Ready? Nothing. So I gave up on trying to do that and was just like, you know what, stuff it. This still looks okay. Let's just run with that. So we dropped the magmasaur egg. This was the level 45 one that we got, and it had a little bit of incubation time. So I figured, you know what, let's throw the rest of the Sarcos that we got and get them breeding up, because then we can incubate that egg and work on getting an imprint going. And I also got our Cinemacrops eggs as well. Now we were going to use these Cinemacrops eggs for kibble, but not before I had to go and kill some more raptors for their juicy parts. I'm hoping that's the first and last time I'll ever have to say that statement again. While the other eggs were incubating, I decided to try and find the other magmasaur cave to see if I could get my hands on some more magmasaur eggs, because once again, magmasaurs are amazing. They're awesome. They're great. So I was finding this cave, and lo and behold, I found 2 eggs, but no magmasaurs in sight. Ooh, we got a 135. Let's go. Do I just take this and dip, or do I keep exploring? I kind of want to keep running around. I'm curious as to where all the... Oh, shit. I'm curious as to where all the magmasaurs are. I didn't actually know there was another nest here, though, which is great. Yeah, where are the magmasaurs at? I ain't complaining. I'll happily take their babies, but I'm curious as to where they all are. You know what? I'm going to take both these eggs, because... Stuff it, we can. Let's go. All right, so we got a 135. I should just freaking forget about the level 45 one and hatch this. After returning to base, our first egg had successfully hatched and was waiting us in the Sol terminal. So I got the 135 egg laid down and ready to incubate.
Oh, that's hot.
God damn. I hope that's a female. Oh my God, this is glorious. Look at this Christmas-themed little dude. After hatching our first magmasaur egg, you can see where this is going. I went ahead and killed some more tech raptors. This was the sole purpose we tamed these guys up. I do feel a little bit bad every time I do it, but I really needed the electronics and the scrap metal. So we harvested them up and got all the metal cooking electronics in the fabricator, and then I decorated upstairs some more with some more headpieces. And honestly, this looks awesome. I love the way that these look, and once again, they are part of Eco's mods. You need to check out Eco's mods. They are well and truly worth it. So I chucked a couple of these down just to make upstairs a little bit more homier, make it feel a little bit more like a base and whatnot. And I gotta say, they looked pretty phenomenal, if I say so myself. So the other 2 magmasaurs hatched, and I got them out and started raising them as well. Now, at this stage, I wasn't sure if they were going to take sulfur, because the sulfur update had just came in. But unfortunately, we didn't get a cool color mutation on our 135, so it was stuck in that color, and we couldn't breed our green one either, as it was a male. I was really hoping it would be a female so that the green color would be a lot easier to carry on, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. But here they are, all grown up in all their glory, and oh my God, do they look incredible. However, I forgot that you need to be level 95 in order to use their saddles. The next day I descended into another cave of the depths to try and find another artifact. We did find a couple of cave drops on the way. This one had 2 prods that I will never ever use. Now, our monkeys couldn't fit through these caves, so I had to be very cautious, and I did get run over by bugs quite a lot. So I had to play it super safe. Now, I didn't really have the greatest amount of weapons on me either. I had my Ascendant standard bow, and that was about it. I didn't have any trank arrows. I didn't have any stone arrows. I only had trank arrows. So I was trying to trank this freaking spider so that it wouldn't eat me, because I really had no other weapons. In hindsight, I probably could have pulled out my hatchet. That probably would have fared better against it, but I just panicked. I was getting attacked by a spider. I didn't really have too much of a choice. Luckily, I had cleared out the rest of this room anyway with our Dinopithecus before we decided to head on further, but there was stuff coming out of the walls. So thankfully, we were able to throw this guy out here, and we could get into a tussle and actually float above all the enemies, because, you know, Ark doesn't want to work the way it wants to, and we just decide to float there in space. They do manage to break some of our armor, however, we still have some extra pieces that are okay. But yeah, it's kind of annoying because you can't stay on the ground, you'll just get stun locked. If you jump in the sky to do your secondary attack, you just get freaking floated. So it kind of sucks. Let's go. Cheeks, do something. Help me. Help me, Cheeks. We're gonna attack. Attack back, please. Okay, there goes our armor. We are definitely not able to get off any more monkeys now. Well, that was a whole ordeal. Alright, well, yeah, we're not going to be able to really tank any more damage now, which sucks. So after that embarrassing tussle, I found some more drops further in the cave. Nothing really too exciting. A Mastercraft stone pick and a Paki Rhino saddle. I then ventured further in, but my monkeys wouldn't fit, so I had to go on foot. And then I found another one with Journeyman flak leggings. Now, this one I was pretty happy about. So we were pretty close to the artifact room from here, I'm pretty sure. We just had to deal with a literal butt ton of spiders. So these bastards just kept coming in, and they weren't the under 150s, they were like high levels. So I found another cave drop, Journeyman pistol, and a hide shirt. I was actually pretty stoked for the pistol, but nonetheless, I did grab this artifact that we needed to get. I believe it was artifact of the Clever, and then we found another cave with another artifact that we needed. However, this one was a bit of a maze. We got this little pocket here that seems to go underneath. I'm super nervous. We're gonna cryo up Cheeks here, and we're gonna go under this. I think this is the way to go. I don't see any other way, and I've run around here like 20 billion times looking for freaking something. I'm gonna throw Cheeks straight out. Oh, there it is. Okay, sweet. So we got the artifact just in this next room. I don't think there's anything dangerous, but safety precautions. This is a hardcore playthrough. We die, it's over. Cool. All right, sweet. That's the artifact of the hunter. Done and dusted. Beautiful. After gathering the artifacts, I went back to monkey taming. I found this 145 female Cjthecheesedj, so we kited her from the redwoods all the way up there down to our trap, thinking that it would be much easier to tame her down here. There was a Sarco hot on her tail. Well, it was either on her tail or our tail, but nonetheless, we managed to get her into the trap. We just had to find some other monkeys to kite into the trap so that we could get her the alpha buff and get her tamed up. So we found this one monkey over on the beach where all the monkeys just love to frickin' spawn in, and got him in the trap as well. So now that we had those two in the trap, we could go ahead, kill the beta, and get the female all tamed up. So headshots galore. After killing the beta, I then had access to taming up the female. So we went ahead and started taming her up, but we need a bit of the prime meat first. So we got that off the dead Sarcos, and then we went ahead and started feeding her. However, disaster ensued. Cinemacrops, take off. Oh, fuck me dead. That was close. Holy shit. Oh my god. We almost died there. Oh my god. My heart is in my chest. We got trapped in the trap. Our own trap. We got trapped in our own damn trap. So after suffering that terrible ordeal, we managed to tame up the female Cjthecheesedj. However, she wasn't the greatest. She didn't have the best stats, so she was kind of useless. You can see here, her highest stat was her weight, and like her oxygen was actually higher. So after that disappointing find, I decided to go do a metal run, and we took the Diplos out. However, it wasn't such a smooth metal run. We got ambushed by a lot of other monkeys. They're still coming. They're very slow. All right. Spino is attacking us. Oh, they are definitely attacking our thingies. All right, we need to get the other one out. Please don't kill my Diplos. I do like them. Yeah, that's it, Diplos. Do what you do best. Annoy them. Push them away from you. We're just going to have to wipe out this whole herd. No! There goes one of our Diplos. They don't have the greatest amount of HP because they're low level. I never thought I'd be so heartbroken to see one of my Diplos go. Alright, we're still fighting down here. Stop climbing and do your slam, you dickhead. Okay. Where the hell are the rest of our Diplos? I see one. Where? Don't tell me the others all died. I only saw one death message. After the metal and crystal run, I then had enough resources to go ahead and start building our greenhouse. Now, for the greenhouse, I wanted to have two separate sort of greenhouse zones. So this was built up on the other rampart on the other side of the bedroom. So I decided to split it up into two separate sort of greenhouses. So you can see here, this was going to be the first one, and then there was going to be a small little alcove between this one and the next one. And we were just going to pretty much repeat the same design slash pattern on the other side. And you can see here, we went ahead and built a slanted roof. I'm a sucker for the sloped roofs. I really like them, especially on like greenhouses and stuff like that. The next day I headed out to try and find the other cave where I needed to get the artifact, and luckily I stumbled across some beaver dams on the way, which is great. You can never go wrong with some beaver dams. So I grabbed the paste out of the dams and there was just more of them. I still couldn't find the beavers for the life of me though. Had no idea where the beavers were. There just were never any. Eventually, I did find the artifact cave that we were looking for and made my way inside. Now, this cave, very similarly to the other cave, has lots and lots of bugs and creepy crawlers inside of it. However, this one had a sunken ship inside of it, which was awesome. Now, the perks of using the Cjthecheesedj once again is that nothing really aggroed on us until we either decided to attack them or get off our Cjthecheesedj. So here I was just trying to navigate the region as best as I could, but at the same time, I really wanted to explore this sunken ship. So I had the smart idea to get off the Cjthecheesedj, and then I got ambushed by literally everything. I forgot about the aggro. I'm running. I can't. Can you guys attack for me? Please do something. I don't want to get mega rabies. I'm pretty sure we can still get it even though we're riding on our monkey. Okay, we've just gone around and... Ooh, this looks cool. Whoa. Alright, this is dope. This is cool. We got some bright ass crystals in a pot in front of us. Where I like the ship at the beginning. Eventually, I did find the artifact room. However, I was a little bit concerned about dying down the bottom here. Luckily, it was just a pool of water, so that wasn't going to be an issue. However, I wanted to get the artifact without aggroing everything, and climbing seemed to be the best thing. But, you know, the monkeys, they aren't always the best climbers. It did take us quite a few attempts to actually get up to the top where the freaking artifact was. Let me tell you, it was not a fun time, especially trying to avoid all the bats, because I didn't have a cure for mega rabies. If I got mega rabies, I was probably going to die, just because of how much damage it does. However, we did manage to get Artifact of the Cunning, and that completed this cave. After the cave, I then decided to go and tame some Maywings. I finally broke, and I was like, well, these guys are going to be really good. I was struggling to get crystal for our base. The crystal in the cave behind the waterfall near our base didn't really have all that much crystal, so I figured a Maywing was going to be our best bet. Now, I kind of already broke the no flying challenge at the beginning when I tamed the Cinemacrops, but how could I not tame up a Cinemacrops? So we decided to go for some Maywings as well. We knocked that first one out, and then we found another one. And if you guys are ever needing to know how to knock out Maywings or how to trap them, billboards. I can tell you right now, nothing is easier than using billboards to trap a Maywing. You don't need any fancy trap from anyone in particular, but that's all you need. Just a couple of billboards and they'll be trapped. So we got to work. We knocked out 3 Maywings, I think, in total, because we were trying to get a breeding pair of them, and we found some high level ones later down the line. And here is the third and final Maywing that we actually knocked out. So, like I said, these were high levels. I wanted to get some breeding pairs so I could imprint on it, A, to be faster, and B, to have more weight and all that good stuff. And they're super easy to knock out as well. They've got literally like 800 torpor, I think it is. So knocked those guys out. We found an Ovis wandering around the highlands. We actually found a couple of them, but I didn't have any sweet veggie cakes to tame it up. So I got myself some raw mutton to feed to the Maywings. Tamed up the level 91 first. It was obviously super easy because they eat everything. And this one was only level 90, so it was relatively easy to get. We then made our way over to the other ones. These guys were really far apart, but we tamed up the 135, and that was successfully tamed up. So now that we had a pair of them, we could breed them, but I then went ahead and tamed up the final one, and you can see that one was right here. So the next day, we then decided to go ahead and rebuild our trap in a different section because we still were not happy with our Cjthecheesedj lines. Still needed some more Cjthecheesedjs that had decent stats, and this little bastard just would not leave us alone to rebuild this trap. It was super frustrating, I can tell you right now. Granted, having the Maywing probably didn't help considering how much we were flying all over the place. Absolutely, positively, horribly. I don't think it could have... Oh, fucking hell. I stand corrected. It definitely can go wrong. Even more so. There they are there. There is still an adult one, I think. That's an adult, right? Yeah, cool. Alright, let's go. Come on, you two. Making sure they're following. Maywing can't get over the trap. Alright, we got one in. That's the alpha. After trapping and dealing with the monkeys, we finally started taming up the female Cjthecheesedj, and boy oh boy were we excited for her stats. 6k health, 350 melee damage. This is exactly what we needed to get. Oh damn. Oh shit. Alright, she's got 38 points in melee damage, 33 points in health. So I was pretty stoked about getting that female Cjthecheesedj, but I went out and found some more of them, trapped them, set the trap up in a different area, and got to work on killing these ones. Now I did kill a 135, however the alpha here was a 150. So we needed to tame that guy up to see how well his stats would come out at. And let me tell you, dealing with these freaking monkeys, we almost lost Mandrill because he's just standing there getting stun locked out of his goddamn brains by a baby monkey and an adult monkey. Absolutely crazy. Nonetheless, we did manage to finally kill the ape when we weren't getting stun locked. Look at this. Like, come on. So, killed that, and then the alpha was ready to be tamed up. Alpha, once again, it's a very simple, easy tame once you kill the betas. All you gotta do is stick food up their bum. Tamed up the 150 male, and let's take a look at his stats. Oh baby, 39 points in HP. We had our boss Cjthecheesedjs ready to breed. So the only logical thing after that was taking them back to base to breed. Now I threw out a bunch of random Cjthecheesedjs because I didn't want the offspring of our new tames getting mixed in with these lot, and these ones were pretty much just like scum on the bottom of my boot. They weren't useful for anything, so they had mixed stats from the previous Cjthecheesedjs that we had bred. I didn't want them inflating our lines with our new line. So I went ahead and finished the greenhouse as well. Putting down the pipes up here, it was a little bit difficult, but we managed to get it all done. Had the greenhouse crops plots down and ready to go as well. So it was just a matter of getting these stupid pipe work in and getting everything irrigated. I wasn't the smartest when it came to this because I could have used the flexible pipe. And yeah, well, as you can see, I definitely didn't do that. I did, but now I couldn't get it to work for the life of me. So I had to figure out something else in order to get the pipe systems laid down. But honestly, the only reason I wanted to get a greenhouse going for was so that I could make sweet veggie cakes to actually tame up an Amargasaurus and get some kibble as well. That was pretty much it. I didn't really need it for anything else. So I went ahead and finished building the actual rest of the base structure. I was actually really proud of how the greenhouse turned out. Probably, I mean, it's not like a fancy build or anything like that by far, but I was pretty pumped. I was pretty chuffed with how it came out. Like, it came out pretty good. You'll see what I mean in a little bit. We did decorate it up a little bit and all that sort of stuff. And Eco's RP mods, I'll tell you what, they make the biggest bloody difference. It's just ridiculous how good those mods are for everything. It's crazy. So we just finished placing down the rest of the walls, and then we just had to enclose it. So, finally, after a long night's worth of work, we finally managed to complete the greenhouse. Adorned with decorations, lampposts, a kitchen, as well as that we had the crop plots planted. Well, not all of them, just the ones that we had enough fertilizer for. But with the kitchen in here, it would make getting resources, well, not necessarily resources, it would make getting our kibble and sweet veggie cakes and all that good stuff made up super easy and super quicker. So that's why I put it in there as well. There's a couple of little benches set around the place, but you can see here the crops were growing great considering how soon we planted them. The greenhouse boost was really going well. And we had our free-range dung beetles out of their cage, producing fertilizer for us non-stop. So that was great as well. But that was the greenhouse complete. So I was really proud of how the greenhouse turned out. Like I said, it's not like the fanciest building, but small victories. You got to take them where you can get them. So I was really happy with how the greenhouse turned out. The next day, I went ahead and finally had enough resources to make an industrial forge. So I went ahead and crafted that bad boy up, and we got that place down. Oh my god, metal was going to be so much easier now that we had this big boy. We removed all the refining forges and put it pretty much where that was. It is big. I didn't reduce it in the S Plus mod, but that's fine. So for the rest of the day, I decided to try and tame an Amargasaurus. And boy, oh boy, was that... I cannot begin to explain how much of an ordeal that was. You'll just have to watch and suffer alongside with me. All right, let's see how this goes. We're gonna hunt with it. I mean, I've got this simple pistol, which honestly destroys. As long as I don't hit our own Amargasaurus. Okay, he got 3% out of that. Ow. This dude's gonna straight up impale us. Oh god. You gotta be like a 150 or something. I've made a terrible decision here. Bro, this thing doesn't die. 145. Thanks for the help, dude. I thought you were trying to hunt with us. What the hell was that? He didn't even get a taming percentage off it. God damn, I saw a tail. Yeah, don't look at me like that. I'm ready to sacrifice you, to be honest. Okay, level 95. Can he kill a level 95 Magmasaur with our help? We're going to float above him. Oh, there's a lot of them in here today. Jesus. Alright, Amarga's going in. Oh, shit. He's died. He's gonna die. He's standing in his own fire. He's hungry. We need to feed him. He's running away. He's shit scared. This was a terrible idea. Okay, we killed the Magmasaur. I wonder if he's gonna get taming effectiveness off of that. Hey, little dude. Put taming food. I mean, he got 16%. He took a lot of damage. So due to the fact that that one took a lot of damage, I came back out here and got this level 15, level 21, and figured, you know what, this should be easier. Oh boy, was I wrong once again. Okay, it's trying to fight something up here. Do I want to go in the fire? Oh, there's an aloe. Oh shit, there's a whole herd of them. I don't want to shoot our one by accident. Oh, well, our one's back here. Is that? No, that's our one there. It was copping all the damage. Are you good? It needs healing. How much did we get for that? 16%. I mean, yeah. Increase our Amargasaurus's taming thingy. By hopefully more than a little bit. Pretty sure it just acted. We're just going to hover above him here. Because it's 100% going to try and act and fight those. That was a 150 aloe, damn. That's ours over there. So it just ran across the lava to try and fight this guy. We're going to try and help him out here and hopefully it doesn't die. I thought it would die because it ran into the magma, unless the magma actually doesn't deal damage on this. Okay. You are still on... No. You're joking. Well, guys, that is definitely not how I wanted to die. That is really poo. That is really poo-poo. Okay. I don't know where we go from here. I really don't. That was so shit. Like, no joke. We just died to getting bombed by an Amargasaurus and our Cinemacrops not being able to carry us high enough, or it just bumped us straight into the lava and the lava one-shot us. So... that's great. I'm not sure what we're going to do now. So, after that harrowing defeat, I had two options. Give up and move on, or admin my things back and continue this playthrough. Now, I might get a lot of hate for this, which is unfortunate because in hindsight, I did start this as a hardcore series. The death itself, absolutely heartbreaking. You know, it was really tough to see. Now, normally the lava on Ark isn't one shot, one kill. We did have semi-low health, but I still don't think it should have been enough to kill us in one hit. So I did pose the question to my community, and a lot of them did say to continue the series. We were pretty much at the end of it. We only needed to really fight the boss. I was doing the Amargasaurus taming purely because of Lost Island. So I decided to continue. Now, I am hoping that a lot of you do not harbor hate towards me or anything like that. But that was our one death. And so I decided to rise from the literal ashes of my body and continue this and see it through to the end. So after that terrible encounter with the Amargasaurus, I then decided I was going to need some sweet veggie cakes in order to tame one up. So I needed to find some honey. Now, I'm pretty sure that there was some honey near my base. I'm pretty sure I'd seen it earlier when we were taming up some Dinopithecus or something, and there it is in all its glory. Now, we were going to need a lot more than 5 honey in order to make all the sweet veggie cakes that were required. Plus, I was thinking of taming some ovises and whatnot as well, so I decided to go out and try and find myself a die bear to tame up. They're great at gathering honey and they're immune to the bees stinging you. Luckily, I did find one in the area and we got to work at tranking it out. Luckily though, I did have this high level long neck rifle that I had gotten from the drop, so knocking out the die bear was relatively easy. Normally you can't actually use crossbows or any other tranking method because the damage is too high for the die bears and they will die before you actually knock them out. So if you are thinking about taming a die bear, make sure that you utilize a long neck with some darts because your crossbow bows will probably kill it, to be honest. But I did forget to pump it full of narcotics, so it did wake up and I had to go out and try and tame a new dire bear. Luckily for me, there was one wandering around on the beach. However, due to it being on the beach, I was a little bit worried about it going into the water and us knocking it out in there and then drowning it. Now, I am using a crossbow here, but that's because I ran out of darts. I had to be very careful here because normally when when a dino is swimming and you knock it out, it will drown. So I was trying to wait for it to get onto land, but luckily it did make its way up onto this rock here, and you can see that it's currently walking. So I chucked the final arrow into it, went up to its inventory to double check that it wasn't drowning. Thankfully for us, it wasn't drowning though, because it was doing that walking animation when we knocked it out. Then I went up to the snow biome to try and tame a snow owl, because I was going to use Captain Fat Dog's trap where you get a wild creature in the other side, use the snow owl to heal it up, and then get the Amargasaurus' taming bar up like that. So I figured, why not? We had already used the Maywings as flyers, we had already used the Cinemacrops as flyers. I wasn't really going to use the snow owl to get around or anything like that. But I didn't have any trap or anything like that set up for the snow owl, so I had to try and find a low level one. And it didn't pan out as smooth as I would have liked. I was just face tanking a level 85 snow owl for ages until it deemed itself worthy enough to fly away from me because its torpor was too high and it was having none of that. But should have been smarter about it and built a trap. Luckily for me though, I did venture out after the level 85 and I found a lower level snow owl. And then we made our way back to base and I got some honey into the dire bear and we tamed up our dire bear. Great time all around. So now we had a reliable source of gathering honey, which was going to be wonderful. The next day I headed out to the final artifact cave that I needed to go to get the artifact for the Gamma Dinopithecus King. I was very nervous about this cave. There were a lot of spider webs. There was a lot of dangerous stuff. I wasn't feeling too confident at this stage. So I decided to make my way through. Luckily, there were only spiders, so they weren't going to aggro on us. But the moment I got off my Dinopithecus, you can bet your sweet cheeks what they did. They decided to aggro on me. Now, I didn't know this at the time, but these spiders weren't exactly pushovers. They were like the strong level 300 spiders. So they actually did quite a lot of damage to us. And as you can see, my monkey didn't actually have a helmet on it. So we had no extra armor from it. Luckily, we did have pretty high melee damage, and this one was imprinted. So we could deal quite a lot of damage, but they were still stun locking us, which, knowing my luck, was going to be the case that got us killed. So thankfully I did manage to maneuver myself onto like some stalagmites here, and we were able to slam a jam on the spiders and turn them into pulp from up here with relative safety. And then this way they couldn't actually stun lock us. However, I wasn't done exploring the cave yet. I did manage to find a cave drop down here. As soon as I finished killing these spiders, these bastards, they were just everywhere. And you can see here our monkey was taking quite a bit of damage, but I was pretty confident that would be okay. So we looked in the drop and we got a saddle and a Mastercraft long neck rifle. And then I found this Alpha Rex that I was going to fight. So I want to try and get it up here. I reckon I can fight it. With our other two monkeys, I reckon we can take the Rex. Okay, maybe I needed a helmet on our dude. Bro, can I give me a second. Just give me a second here. Jokes, our monkeys are getting absolutely stun locked to high hell. Alright, attack. I don't know if they do bleed to alpha, but we hit for 700 damage. Oofed. Why can I not move? Oh, don't tell me it's done this thing again where it's stuck. This bug happens all the... I don't know what this bug is. But this is a very bad time for it to happen because we're fighting... No, Mandrill! Because we're fighting a Rex here. I'm very stuck. And we can't move. Like, I cannot move. I would wager I'm definitely dead here if I can't move. Honestly, it's so annoying. I don't know what bug this is. They need to fix their shit, though. I don't know if I can kill it. I'll definitely be able to kill it if I get off the monkey. Because we've got our gun here. We have enough armor to survive. Okay, but we've got no monkeys left. That's super annoying. We would have been able to get away if we had the freaking... If we could move. How much bullets do I have left? I got enough to kill this guy, I reckon. It's a shame about Mandrill. Mandrill was like our OG guy. He was one of the first monkeys we tamed. I don't know what the Rex... I think the Rex is stuck on eating the corpse. I'm pretty sure this is also a bug that happens with alphas. So you can see there's a very clear indicator that Ark has absolutely nothing wrong with it whatsoever, and the devs really do patch out bugs really quickly. Okay, we got a bunch of items there. I'm not too sure what we did get, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have to go back to base to get a monkey. Bunch of crossbows, Alpha T-Rex teeth, the skull. Okay. So, after the fight with the Alpha Rex, I decided to go back to base and make my way into another cave because I needed an artifact of the Skylord. However, I did find another drop, Journeyman Simple Pistol and a Journeyman Stone Pickaxe. This cave was relatively easy to run through. It was pretty much just a straight line to the artifact, so I didn't really have too many issues here. And I did just try to avoid all the bugs and insects and spiders and scapes and scorpions and everything else that was in here. But we did manage to find the artifact of the Skylord. I double checked the area, make sure there was nothing there that was going to eat me if I jumped off. And we jumped back on our monkey and got the heck out of there. Now began the fun part. Breeding up our Cjthecheesedj. Now, this took a while because I was just constantly trying to get mutations and get the right stats for our monkeys with them all consolidated together. So that took me like a solid, I don't even know, it was just a long time of grinding up the breeding. Luckily, I did have the soul terminals to help, but I went ahead and managed to finally get the stats consolidated. I honestly don't even know how many days it actually took me to do all of that. But you can see here me throwing them all out. They were all coming out at the same level, 228. So that was with the 39 HP and the 38 melee damage. I was super stoked. I did try going for mutations. However, it's just way too difficult to go for mutations without the mutator, in my opinion. Like, it just takes a really long time. And our breeding settings weren't the greatest for this playthrough as well in comparison to like our hardcore Ragnarok one that we did. So I threw out all the monkeys. They were going to need some levels and they were going to need to be raised. So we and imprinted. That's the big one as well. So we left them out there to do exactly that. In the meantime, I made my way back up to the greenhouse and decided to start making some broths and brews and stuff like that because I was going to try my luck at taming up another Amargasaurus. So I went ahead and also made some kibble with the veggies, honey, and eggs that I had from our Maywings laying them, because we did have a couple of extraordinary eggs and whatnot. I then needed some rare flowers as well, so this little section just outside of the castle walls provided us with a literal shit ton of rare flowers. I've never seen so many rare flowers before in my life. And then we got attacked by some monkeys. Don't you love having guard monkeys patrolling the area? So much for the monkey guards. Where are they? They have one job. One bloody job. You're Stan! Oh, that's Poop Jr. He's not a guard. They had one job, Stan. Bastard trying to attack my monkeys? Where do they come from? After protecting our monkeys, I then wanted to test something. I had two different flak helmets that we had received over our time playing, and we had a ramshackle and an apprentice one. Now, obviously, the apprentice one did have higher armor. However, the ramshackle one had higher durability. So I wanted to determine which one was going to be better for us to use for the boss fight, and I ended up going with the ramshackle one as it did have the higher durability. Thankfully, all my monkeys raised successfully. They were also all imprinted successfully, and they were pretty beefy. So I then went ahead and started leveling them up by killing all our other Dinopithecus babies. Now, these guys actually didn't give us too many levels. I was really surprised at how many levels these were giving us. They didn't give us a lot. So I was kind of disheartened. So I was like, I'm going to have to do this the good old-fashioned way and just grind it up by killing a bunch of dinos. So we went on a bit of a murder spree, killing a bunch of dinos so that we could get levels into our Dinopithecuses to get them ready for the final boss fight. So after making sure our Dinopithecuses were leveled and raised, we then went out and tried to tame an Amargasaurus once again. And you can imagine it wasn't a smooth experience. So we did find a 150 Amargasaurus, but not before his friend decided to aggro on us and try to murder us.
Right,
and this was how much fun we had trying to build the trap for the Amargasaurus to get it in there. Okay, 4 of those. Is he still coming after us? He is. Oh my god, dude. You need to chill the freak out. We need to try and get him to... Alright, he's gone for the Thorny Dragon now. Thank god for that. Alright, let's get these down. I hope that Thorny Dragon doesn't kill him. We should be okay though, right? Like, I think it'll be alright. I'm hoping it'll be okay. Alright, let's get this trap down. That should be fine. And that should be fine. That's all snapped up. Alright, now we just have to make a second layer here. Oh, come on, dude. Don't do this to me. Well, he killed that Thorny Dragon. Let's get out of here. We should be able to run away from him if he's stuck down there. We should be good. Alright, Mr. Amaga is still set on absolutely destroying us, but luckily he seems to be stuck behind some metal rocks. So we're going to take that as a win. But I need to go ahead and finish building the rest of this trap. I'm hoping he doesn't get free and come out and destroy us. You just sit there, Mr. Amargasaurus. Why is he aggroing on us for? I don't understand. Oh my god. Yeah, aggro on the trap. That's fine. You can aggro on the damn trap. Like, my freaking golly gosh, he just doesn't want to leave us alone. I can just tank this. We just need to build this bloody trap. Bro, can you like just stop for a second? Okay, that's the trap built. Let's run away. And an extra wall here and just put that there. Beautiful. Alright, and now we just need to put the ramps up and then we can trap the Amargasaurus and we should be good to go. Come on, get out of the way, my friend. You're really making it hard for me to want to tame you. I can tell you that right now. Might need another ramp. He should be okay. Okay, I think he's stuck in the trap, actually. I think he's just gone ahead and gotten himself stuck. Are you calm now, big fella? Can I sync my temperature to you? What the fuck, dude? Can you, like, chill your nutsack out? He's, like, super damaged as well. Dude, I can't even sync up with this thing. Why? Is it because he's aggroed on our trap? Don't know how I got out of the trap, but I'm going to try and cut... Follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me. Quick, I want to do this before the raptor catches up to us. Come on. Oh man, this isn't working. We're going to have to go get another raptor. I'm hoping that there's more there. This honestly could not have gone worse. Like, actually, and... Oh, God, fuck's sake, let me out. Like, my God, just... Dude, you have multiple attacks. Use them on it. He's getting destroyed. I'm not trying to attack him. I'm trying to kill you. The raptor. Honestly, I'm regretting my decision to try and tame one of these things. Is he going to attack us? And this area is goddamn freaking barren. Okay, here we go. I don't know if we went too far from him. I think I did. Oh, he's taming. Oh, come on. Like, bloody, give me a break. I'm gonna land in this damn trap, aren't I? Okay. Thorny Dragon's in. Definitely looks like it. Like, attack back, you ding dong. Oh, is he attacking? He's attacking back. I think it's because the Thorny Dragon can hit him. Don't know, this is definitely not working though. Like, okay, now he's... The Thorny Dragon's in the proper spot. Do you want me to attack with you? Will that help, my friend? Alrighty guys, I accidentally killed the Thorny Dragon, so this Kano has managed to pop up on the cliff face. I think it fits in. It does fit in, but our Amargasaurus is casually dying. I'm trying to... It's killing itself now with its own flame attack. I'm honestly regretting this whole decision to try and tame this thing. Okay. Kano's free of the trap. This Amargas... Okay, everything's just free. Everything's dying. This is wonderful. This is exactly how I wanted today to go. These guys are totally not a pain in the ass to try and tame up whatsoever. Bro, like, hit the fucking Kano. It's not rocket science. I'll stand here and tank for you. Okay, set me on fire. Wonderful. I am burning. I'm burning. I'm burning. Can you kill the damn Kano, you fool? Did he kill it? Okay, he's killing himself now with his own fire attacks, and I don't know what's going on. We're burning. He's going to die because he's standing in his own fire. Are you dumb? Like, do you know how to function as an adult Amargasaurus? Don't run away from me, boy. I'm talking to you. Where are you going? You're setting yourself on fire. He's totally dead. Look at that health. You know what? You can just die. I don't even care anymore. So after that whole ordeal of trying to tame an Amargasaurus up, I called it quits and we went and decided to do the boss fight. We were ready to go. Our 20 Dinopithecus all tamed up with their helmets and ready to go. Pain in the ass. So we're going to chill there. We're just going to make sure... Yeah, that's what I thought. Just want to make sure that we got the right keys for everything. All right, can we wake him up from here? Here we go, guys. This is it. Oh, yeah, he's awake. All right, here he comes. Okay, we're going to try and kite him over here because I want to fight him under here so that the flyers can't get to us. And I'm just hoping that they can take that damage. That's fine. All right. Go get him, fellas. I should probably use the battle cry. Oh, Jesus. There's grenades in here. I am super nervous. I really don't know if we're going to pull this off, but we're going to find out. Our monkeys hit for what? 200 damage each? They're definitely damaging him. It's the grenades that I'm worried about, and our helmets breaking, because once our helmets break, we're going to be in big trouble. I know I should probably get in there because I am the alpha, and I will do a lot of damage to him. But, like, I'm still super nervous. Oh, he's throwing the grenades at us. Okay, the monkeys have just chased after him. Alright, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. Get him, fellas. So, it turns out the bleed effect also doesn't work on the monkeykin, which could be very disastrous for us because I have a sneaking suspicion that we aren't going to be able to kill him. Just a slight suspicion. Alright, let's get in there. We're going to try and deal some damage ourselves because I know we hit harder than our monkeys. Bro, come back, you chicken shit. I'm super nervous. I don't know if we can pull this off. I don't know if it's worth me shooting these guys down. No, 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 attack him. Attack him. Attack monkey butt. Throwing grenades at us, though. Now is not a good time to shit, my friend. I'm going to have to get involved here. Oh, look at the stun lock, though. Kill him. I'm just going to do this. I cannot see what is going on. Oh, we're in an ice spike. Attack him. Attack him, fellas. Get him. Alright, he's almost at half health. Almost being the keyword. I don't know how many helmets have broken off our monkeys. It's gotta be, yeah. Kill him, kill him. Alright, he's half health-ish. We've lost 3 monkeys. I'm a bit nervous. Okay, we can't really take too many shots. We're getting frozen here. No, stop turning. Okay, gonna try and hit him around the backside here. Right in the butthole. Alright, we're below half health. This is looking okay. He's starting to get a bit bloody. He's circling us. That's good. That's what we want to see. If he's circling, he's not attacking, which is good news for us. Keep attacking him, fellas. You're doing a bang-up job. A lot of damage numbers floating around, I'm not going to lie. Alright, there goes another Cjthecheesedj. We're taking fire damage now. I didn't realize his spikes changed. That's actually really cool mechanic. I had no idea that that was a mechanic, but it's really cool. I don't like it, but it's really cool. Alright, I think we've got this. I don't want to jinx it or count my chickens yet, but I think we can kill the Cjthecheesedj King here. I'm not going to lie, I didn't think our Cjthecheesedjs were up to the task at all. We didn't even really get a chance. We didn't mutate them. Yeah, we had no mutations. Oh, shit. Come here, monkey. Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. I don't know how I got stunned off there. Keep attacking, fellas. I'm going to hang back here and... Let's go, fellas. Hit him, kill him. Oh, shit, we're bleeding now. Why the hell does he do bleeding damage for? Since when was that a thing? I had no idea. Kill him. We need to kill him. That bleed is going to destroy us. Yeah, look, you can see that 804 damage. We're taking huge amounts of damage here. Come on, fellas. Keep attacking. You're doing great. Alright, he's almost dead. We've got this. Yes, come on. Come on, guys. Keep going. Let's kill the Gamma. Come on. Alright, this is it. This is all that remains of the Cjthecheesedj army. I feel bad for the poor sod that's been left over there. Because I've probably whistled passive. And he's probably just sitting there. Let's go. Let's finish this. Let's go. Come on. Get him, fellas. Headshot. Let's get in here. Come on. And come on. He's so close. Come on. Oh, let's go. Hallelujah. We have killed the big beefy boy himself. From him. Oofed. That looks pretty terrifying. Aside from the empty eye sockets, which I don't know if it's due to my settings or... Oh, yeah. Why isn't it in the center? And with that, we completed the Lost Island series. Granted, there were a couple of bumps along the way, but nonetheless, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one today. If you did, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already and you've made it this far in the video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one, guys.